Panya is an 18-year-old high school student. She's mostly nonverbal. She uses various forms of communication, such as an AAC device, pictures, gestures, and a few words. She attempted sign language at a younger age, but she had difficulties due to her fine motor delays. It led to frustration. She communicates effectively with familiar people, but she struggles with new people. She cognitively functions at a kindergarten or first grade level. She recognizes her name, knows the sounds and names of letters, and can read a few sight words. Her speech therapy goal includes using more emotion words on her AAC device and commenting on objects, actions, or events. Stakeholders can modify communication and instruction to meet her needs. Panya herself can share preferences and dislikes. She can participate in decision making, provide feedback on the device, and she can advocate for her needs. The special education teacher and a one-on-one aide can use clear, simple language, incorporate visual aids, maintain a consistent routine. And to be ADA compliant, I'll provide accessible learning materials and communication tools. Parents can share information about Panya's communication preferences and effective strategies that they use at home. They collaborate with the IEP team to create a consistent method between home and school. And it's ethical because they're involved in the decision making about Panya's education. To be ADA compliant, parents can advocate for necessary accommodations and supports. General education teachers receive training on Panya's specific communication needs. They can modify their classroom activities to include Panya, and it's ethical because she will be treated with the same respect as other students. To be ADA compliant, she will be provided with equal access to education. Her therapist, such as her physical therapist, occupational therapist, and speech therapist, will integrate therapy goals with classroom activities. They'll communicate regularly with the teachers, and this is ethical because Panya's well-being will be prioritized. To be ADA compliant, she will receive therapy services that are accessible and accommodating. Her peers can encourage inclusive activities. They can also be educated about autism and learn effective ways to communicate with her. It is ethical because it promotes respect and understanding. To be compliant, I will facilitate an inclusive educational environment. The IE team members need to ensure that her IEP includes specific communication goals and those strategies. Training will be provided and resources will be provided for staff to meet her needs. It's ethical because the IEP will be reviewed regularly and updated as needed. To be ADA compliant, I will ensure that all school programs are accessible for her. The behavior specialist can develop and implement strategies to address her communication. They can train staff and the family members on behavior management. It's ethical because it will focus on her positive reinforcement, not punishment. To be ADA compliant, interventions will be respectful and non-discriminatory. Some supports that will be implemented in the structured environment include her AAC device with customized vocabulary, a visual schedule and timers, choice boards so she can easily make selections. And those tools are justified because they provide structure and predictability. This is really important for her to thrive in a structured setting. In an unstructured setting, she could use a communication book, social stories to prepare her, and sensory tools like earplugs and stress balls. This is justified because they're aimed at facilitating communication in less predictable environments, and they help her manage sensory challenges. At home, she can have the content on her device related to things that are at home, and it should be consistent with school. Cue cards can be used at home also to help her express her needs and emotions. It's justified because it's consistent across all environments, promoting communication skills in all environments. Stakeholders should manage challenging behaviors, respect, and ethical practice for students with ASD. So the special education teacher and the one-on-one aide can model those challenging behaviors challenging expectations by continuously adapting and rising academic and social expectations. They can model respectful and ethical practice by recognizing her individuality and her preferences. Parents can model challenging expectations by advocating for high expectations that are achievable. They can model respectful and ethical practice by promoting autonomy at home. The general education teachers can model challenging expectations by providing opportunities for her to participate in class. They can model respectful and ethical practice by treating her as a valuable member of the classroom. Therapists can model challenging expectations by setting goals that challenge her, but they're mindful of her abilities. They can model respectful and ethical practice by allowing her to have a say in her activities. Peers can model challenging expectations by engaging with her in the classroom and socially. They can model respectful and ethical practice by being understanding of her differences. The IEP team can model challenging expectations by ensuring that her educational plan includes goals that push her. And they can model respectful and ethical practice by providing an appropriate education and the necessary accommodations. Lastly, the behavior specialist can model challenging behaviors by implementing behavior plans to enhance her skills. They can model respectful and ethical practice by understanding her specific needs and sensory sensitivities.